Brian Neal and Jenna Crittendon, Xavier basketball had a big-time win last year against St. John's. What did that win mean?
I'm not sure it meant anything more than a normal win. I mean, St. John's is a great program, and they had a lot of issues with that game. I'm not sure if you know that, but we didn't celebrate that game. We were trying to build a program, and that was a good day for us. And but I don't think there was anything particular. You agree with that?
I agree. Yeah.
This is year 2 under him.
Mm-hmm.
What has it been like?
I've learned a lot from him. He's the type of coach that's a philosophy coach, and he wants us to learn inside and out, not just to play, but why we're running it. So, I mean, it's been interesting. It's been good. I'm just looking forward to the next year.
She mentioned the word philosophy. If you could encapsulate what your philosophy is, what is it?
Well, a lot of it's about teamwork, and sharing the ball. But I'm also the kind of, if you're doing something, I want you to know why you're doing it. So many times players tend to go so fast and they let other factors influence their decisions. I want them to know why they're making that decision, and then on top of it, to use that information to make good decisions. I think the better you play, the smarter you play, the more success you have.
Jenna, there are so many good guards in the Big East. From a psychological perspective, when you know you're going to play against an Aaliyah Hanford, that caliber of talent, what's it like going into the game?
I would say it's no different from playing like a non-big guard name, more focused on the team instead of individuals. People have to play their certain roles, and say if I'm guarding that certain guard, I got to do my job.
What values do you try and instill beyond basketball to ensure that your players are going to have success when they're no longer playing basketball?
Well, discipline for one, and responsibility is probably the biggest thing. And I really try to focus with our young ladies on, you are not going to be, a bad student and a rude person and all those things, and then come to practice at 4 o'clock and all of a sudden be responsible and disciplined. I just don't believe that you just turn it off and on. I think you are who you are. So I try to be very consistent with the things that we try to do as individuals. And I think if they, we kind of hold their hand for the first few months, but then I expect them to be able to be big girls. And so then if we do that, we do it the right way, then when they leave us, they're able to stand on their own 2 feet.
It's a big girl league. The caliber of play, the caliber of coaching, the atmospheres, the media coverage. What's it like to go through this as a young woman in college? What's the experience like?
I mean, it's neat. Getting picked to come here today, it's a good experience. Outside of basketball, it's good for interviews, for jobs outside of that. So it's a neat experience. Finally,
Coach, big picture, when you think about the respect, the brand name that is Big East basketball, when you're recruiting a prospective student athlete, I would imagine it's relatively easy because of the exposure that this conference gets. What's your pitch?
Well, recruiting is never easy, no matter where you're at. Maybe UConn, I don't know, but it's never easy. But the league itself, the names of the schools for one, and the tradition of the conference in basketball, and then just the cities that they're in, and the opportunity to travel to those places and play against these great players. And and I think the players get a lot of credit in this league, but there's some coaches in this league that they kind of know what they're doing, So, and I love the fact that you get to play a lot of different styles of basketball. Some leagues everybody runs the same plays the same defense. In this league, every night you go out there, it's a little bit different. So you always have to be on your toes to make those adjustments. And so those are some of the few things that I think come to mind when we talk about the Big East.
I love that line. They know what they're doing. Great visiting with you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Tony Luffman, the Big East Digital Network.